So the next time you're tempted to do a follow train, just don't. Hey beauty friends, and welcome back to my channel. This is the destination for the aspiring, new, and rising esthetician. So this is actually an emergency video. Usually I only upload once a week, but I had to come on here and give you all this video. The reason for this being is that I am seeing something very alarming and plaguing the esthetician community, and honestly, we need to talk about it. So I'm not even 100% sure where this particular strategy came from, but I'm here to let you know right here, right now, that follow trains absolutely do not work. So in this video, we are going to go over what exactly a follow train is, why it doesn't work the way that you think that it should, and tips and tricks in order to help you grow your audience. A follow train, simply put, is a group of people that follow each other on a social media platform. Any social media platform can be used, such as Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, you name it, you can use that follow train strategy on either one of those platforms. This is a social media engagement method that has been used time and time again, but it's giving lackluster results. The biggest issue with follow trains is that what happens is that a lot of your peers are engaging in these follow trains with you. So instead of the algorithm actually showing you people that you can benefit from, such as new customers, it's only going to give you those that are your peers, i.e. other estheticians. Now, to be fair, for someone like me who's actually trying to reach out to additional estheticians, a follow train would actually be very successful in what it is that I'm trying to get across, because they are my target audience. However, if another esthetician is not your target audience, you're going to screw up your algorithm. So when I'm participating in information groups for estheticians, there are so many people that are coming on there making posts saying, hey, this is my Instagram page, go ahead and follow me. I follow back. And there's a lot of problems in that, and I'll tell you what they are. The first problem is that people like to do the follow me and I'll follow you back. But unfortunately, what happens a few days later, they'll unfollow all of the people that they recently just followed because they are attempting to pad their numbers. So that way it seems like they have more followers than they are following. This is a really shady business tactic, simply because people out there are really trying to up their numbers, but they're really just hurting themselves in the long run. As mentioned earlier, if you end up participating in these follow trains, while it will boost your numbers and maybe a little bit of your content, what happens in the algorithm is that your information starts to get shown to other estheticians. And again, unless other estheticians are your target market, it's going to drive your content to people who actually don't even care about what you're offering. The way that the follow trains are actually supposed to work is that everyone participating in the train is supposed to not only follow the person that requested people to follow them, but they should also be following everyone that's participating in the follow train. So then you have this really nice conglomerate of people commenting on your content, and then you have other people commenting on your content as well. So that does give you a slight boost in the algorithm, because now you are getting more clicks, more likes, more people on your page, and therefore Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, wherever is going to start to push your information out there. However, we're back to the same problem in the sense that your content is unfortunately being pushed to people who you're not trying to target. So how do we fix that? Instead of the follow train, I'm going to give you the top 7 tips that you can start implementing today. We are going to touch on them briefly. However, if you want a more in-depth video, go ahead and comment below and let me know. Tip number 1, consistency is king. It's truly not gonna matter if you only post once every 3 days or something like that. Make sure that you're posting content at minimum once a day throughout the week. This is going to ensure that your content is getting on as many eyes as possible every single day. Tip number 2 is a good hashtag strategy. What's a good hashtag strategy, you may ask? To be fair, there are hundreds upon hundreds of hashtag strategies that are out there that you can look into, but here's what I like to do. When it comes to the hashtags that I use, and depending on the audience that I am speaking to, because I do have 2 separate audiences or 2 target markets that I specifically speak to. The first one is other estheticians. The other one is my regular target market of who I would like to have as a client. So what I'll do for estheticians is that I will use hashtags such as esthetician school, esthetician tips, and things like that. When it comes to clients, I'm usually using a hashtag that has what I do plus my city. For example, I will put Chicago waxer or Chicago skin therapist or Chicago nail tech. No matter the strategy, when it comes to your hashtags, you really want to hone in on who your target market is. How would they search for what it is that you do and implement it that way? If you have your own hashtag strategy, make sure you leave that in the comments below. Tip number 3 is a content calendar. Having a content calendar is going to help you out with tip number 1, which is your consistency. Within your content calendar, you have to discover what are you trying to portray? What are you trying to do, and who are you trying to reach? So once you've answered those questions for yourself, you'll then be able to curate content consistently for the people that you're trying to reach. And with that content calendar, you can fill it up with however much information you want to, and therefore you never run out of things to talk about, which is important, and again goes back into tip number 1 and staying consistent. Tip number 4 is engagement. For whatever reason, I feel like we as a people have gotten away from the fact that social media is meant to be social. Just because you post information about yourself doesn't give me or anyone that may be in your target market a reason to care. So therefore, you have to make sure that you're not only engaging with your own content, but also with other people's content. When you do this, the algorithm clearly sees that you are trying to reach out to a particular audience, and then in turn, that audience will start to come to you. I've grown 2 social media accounts from just a few hundred to just over a couple thousand people over the last 3 months. So if you are interested in figuring out how exactly to go about your engagement, make sure you comment below the word engagement. I'll be sure to do a full video on that for you. Tip number 5 may seem like a no-brainer, but under no circumstances should you be using any type of bots or buying followers. It is absolutely going to kill your analytics and engagement. Bots are simply there just to give you a number, and people buy followers all the time. Yes, it looks good, but it does nothing for the actual algorithm, and it does nothing to help people find you. Tip number 6 is reviews. I know sometimes people have a hard time getting reviews, and honestly, the best thing that you can do to get them is just to ask for them. Even if you're still a student in school, you can still get reviews via text message. If you have a booking site, always ask your clients to make sure that they leave a review, and to guarantee said review, this is an extra tip for you, to guarantee that review, make sure before they check out, say, hey, I'm glad that you came in today. I was really happy to service you. If you go ahead and leave a review for me right now, I'll go ahead and take $5 off of your entire bill. It's that simple. And then simply just to ask for reviews is also a great way to do that as well. If within your booking system you have a point system where people acquire points for every service that you do, you can also include that in the sense of, oh, you get 5 points if you leave a review, etc. and so forth. You want to give something in order to get something. And if you just want to get a review, there are plenty of ways to do that. Tip number 7 is to pay attention to your analytics. Look, I know analytics seem like this really big, scary thing, and there's a bunch of different numbers. I promise you, it's easier than you think it is. Especially when it comes to Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. When you have a business account, it's very easy to go in, take a look at your analytics, look at your posts, to see what's working and see what's not. Do less of what's not working and do more of what is. So the next time you're tempted to do a follow train, just don't. It's not worth your time, it's not worth your audience, and it's not worth your analytics. Hope you enjoyed this extra video this week, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye. I'm not sure who, but I'm ready to choke them, is a follow strap, no, son of a platforms. You can, the weight content as much as they humanly f***ing A. And back to the beginning. So in this video, because this is a very nope. So today I'm gonna cover 7 top tips. It's actually really cool, and again, if you are into shut the f up. Tip number 5 is to pay what the f So the next time, I knew that was gonna happen. What's a good hair strategy? Shit, son of a